Hi there everybody, it's Verity here from inkybutterfly.com. Thank you so much for joining me again today for another card making video. We are using some new stuff today. Going to be using this bundle called Memorable Blooms. Really pretty this one is. Okay, so you'll find this in the new mini catalogue. Really nice large stamp that will be a nice feature on your cards or other paper crafting projects. Got some sentiments too, so it's really nice when you have sentiments and nice images that go together, because that can then be used in lots of different ways. And if you're new to Stampin' Up or new to stamping in general, it's a good set because you can just sort of run with it, and you've got everything you need. Okay, it is a bundle. So that means there are some fantastic dies that go with this. So the first sheet's got the 3 dies that cut out the main images, the florals and the leaves. Okay, but we also have this other set. So this lovely piece of foliage, which is going to be nice to add texture and stuff to your images. Okay, I might use that actually. I wasn't intending on using it, but I might use it. So just lift that off the adhesive. This adhesive's really high tech. But then you get these ones. I'm going to need this one as well. So this is 2 dies within this particular set here. Okay. So you get this one, okay, which has a cutting edge, but also has some embossed detail as well. So this means that it will cut out an aperture with an embossed detail, plus a another it's an octagon, yep, octagon with this little stitching around it as well. Okay, so this is going to do two different jobs. And then we've got this one that nicely fits inside it, as you saw. We're going to be using this one, which cuts out some really cool intricate detail. Okay, so it doesn't cut the full hexagon, it cuts out this lovely filigree element, okay, which again could stand alone with the sentiment. Okay, so I do like regular shapes, and polygons are really nice. I like hexagons. This is an octagon, so this is going to be really cool to use, but we're going to save that for another time. Okay, the sample I've made is just kind of a play around, really. I'm going to do something a bit different, totally different colours, use the dies differently. So this is that central die, there, the inner portion. It's cut out the octagon, and it's made all that stitching detail in there as well. Okay, so there's a sort of serving suggestion. This was actually Mossy Meadow with Lemon Lolly stroke Daffodil Delight in the flowers, just to make those little soft coloured blooms. Okay, so we're going to shift it up and we're going to use some different colours. So what I've already done is stamped the large image there in the Memento Tuxedo Black, and I'm going to do these larger leaves with the sort of frilly edges, and we're using Granny Apple Green for that. So you can see I've already started, because I don't think you really needed to see me colour the whole thing. But what I'm doing is adding some dark marker in along one side of that leaf, and then I'm going to come in with the light shade and go over that and blend it in, and then take that out the rest of the leaf as well. Okay, so you may not notice it instantly, but those colours will blend and soften out, and you can go over it twice if you want to get more of a blend if it hasn't quite done what you need it to. So I can just go over those ones again and blend that out. And then for these smaller leaves here, I actually switched to lemon lime twist. So again, we can use the darker marker. It's quite subtle in terms of the difference, but in real life you can see that this is a much yellower green. So where there's darker portions on those leaves, I've done it in the dark marker there, and then we're just going to come in, do some of the light ones, and then we'll just do these ones on the outside. Okay, so these are going to be a little lighter, and I just wanted them to have a different look than these larger ones. Okay, so the brush tip on these markers allows you to get into some of that fine detail. So pay attention to some of the lines. Some things look like leaves, but actually the petals. So you just want to just be careful about that. When I was colouring the other one, I found that I'd missed some bits and pieces, but I think that's got it all. There's like this funny thing here, which I'm not sure is a leaf or not, but it's fine. Okay, and then the flowers, we're going to do pink flowers. Oh, wrong way. And do pink flowers. So I've brought in Bubble Bath. We might bring in a bit of Flirty Flamingo if the blend isn't quite deep enough in the middle. You can do that. So we'll start with the dark marker. Ooh, lid's a little tight. And I'm going to pop that into just that very central portion. Okay, and then into any bits where it's underneath other things, if you know what I mean. Don't worry if you're not sure where to put the dark bits. I would just go with aim for the centre of the flowers, and you'll probably get a nice enough result anyway. So if you're not sure, that would be my rule of thumb for you. So going with this one, just going where the artist has put in some stuff there. That one was curled over, so that's going to be in shadow. Okay, that will probably do, and we can go over that again once we've put the lighter marker on as well. Okay, so I used the bullet tip for that, just to kind of get that colour in, and then we're going to use the lighter marker, go over that sort of edge and then out towards the edge of the petals. Same with this one, start in the middle and work your way out. And we're sort of re-wetting that alcohol and just making the ink move a little. Okay, and then once you've done that, if you feel like it just needs a bit more oomph, you can go back with either the dark marker or step up the colour shade a little bit. And with Bubble Bath, I would go with Flirty Flamingo. So on the yellow flowers, I needed that extra level of intensity for the yellow that the dark lemon lolly didn't do for me. So I went into Daffodil Delight for that one. So no, you know, there's no rule that says you have to use these only in the combinations that they are set for you. Just like with anything, any ink pads and blending and things like that. Experiment with your colours. Okay, I think that the bubble bath's done what I need it to. Looks better through the lens than it does in real life at the moment. Sometimes the way the colours come through on a camera just sort of look a bit different, but there you go, that's our colouring done on that. I just had some scrap paper underneath because the alcohol does blend through, so if you've got a surface that you want to protect, then just make sure you have something underneath it, just some scrap paper or something. So the coordinating die is there, nice and easy to line up, so just I use the tips of leaves as the best measure, so just work your way around there and just make sure the tips of all those leaves are tucked in where they need to be, and the rest should take care of itself. Okay, we'll just secure that into place just with a teeny bit of tape, and that's going to be die cut. And then we're going to use this one, but I need the whole plate for that because I'm going to use a card layer. So with the large Stampin' Emboss machine, Stampin' Cut and Emboss, you can cut multiple items at once if they'll all fit on the plate. Isn't that lovely? Ready to go. And I've already coloured 2 of the sprigs as well. Don't know whether we'll use both of them, but I've already gone ahead and done that with the same combinations of markers, so just to save a little bit of time. Okay, so with the this one, what I actually want this time, instead of using the plain inner octagon, I'm going to create almost like an aperture. So I'm going to position this onto the card. This is a full card layer, that's what I call them. So this is 4.5 by 5 3/4, so it's going to fit on a UK A2 card. The inside is the bit that I don't want, so I'm going to secure that with the tape on the inside so I don't accidentally peel the outer edge, because that's what I want to keep. Okay, hopefully we'll end up with a nice die in the centre that we can use as well. So now we're going to run that through. Okay, so let's just pop that in, and I'm going to turn it so that it's going in with one of the sort of the corners leading into the machine. Just easier to roll it through. So what we'll have is we'll have this octagon in the centre that hopefully will peel away. Oops. So I'm just going to tear that back gently, and hopefully we still have something that we can use. We could still use it in theory. Might do that as well. Ooh. So it's just starting to peel a little bit, so you just want to be careful with any low tack tape that you use. Okay, but sometimes even if it does peel, if it's down the bottom and it's going to be covered up, it doesn't matter anyway. Okay. Oh, I didn't use this thing. Ooh. Let's just get some scrap and just cut one of these as well, because I like this. So I need to tape that into place. That's not wide enough. Braid the scraps. And that's not. Oh, that's just about big enough. Doesn't matter about the bottom. If the top fits on, that'll do. Right. Okay. So offcuts and things are really useful for stuff like this. So we'll have one of them at the ready as well. You could put some ink over this, but I might just leave it white as a bit of a contrast. Okay, right. So what we could do is pop this up and then set this inside it, so we still get that stitched detail, but we also get the dimension. That could be cool. Okay, so I think what we'll do is I'll just bring in that little scrap of paper that I had, and I'm going to run some residual pink ink. I don't know what pink ink this is. Oh, it's probably so faint it probably needs to be re-inked anyway. That doesn't look like a lot probably, but there is some pink residual ink on this. So we'll just add that, and it will just take off some of that whiteness. Okay. So against the white card, you can see that it's picked up some of that colour. Okay, and then we'll probably have this come across here. So let's twist that. Yeah. Nice. Okay, and we can probably have that frond in there. So, okay, right, and I think I know where we're going with this. That's fine. If I put it there, will it cover up? Well, if we make it, yeah. Okie cookie. Right, so I'm going to put the outer layer on first, and we're going to use some dimensionals for that. So, which is probably, you know, not necessarily what you might expect. But this is the beauty of working with these products. We can really use our imagination and try and use them in different ways rather than as they come out the box. Okay, so let's take off those. And like I say, this is 4 by 5 3/4, so it's going to be just 1/8 of an inch smaller. So we've got this very fine 1/16 of an inch border all the way around. Okay, so what I find is if I try and do it exactly the same size as the card, it never lines up properly. Whereas at least if I know that I'm aiming for a border, I can actually see that and line it up. Okay, there we go. Could put some minis on either side there if you wanted to as well. So now we've got that nice dimension in that recess, in that there. Okay, but we can just drop that inside there as well, so we've got sort of the best of all the detail, but in a different way. And again, if you feel more comfortable using some wet glue so that you can make sure that that's lined up, then you can do so. I reckon it'll be good enough. Once it's sat down in there, you aren't going to notice anyway. Okay, and then just coax that round with something. Yep. And press that all in place. Okay, so that's really nice in person, having that extra bit of raised dimension there. Okay, and then when we stick that big flower on, we can double up some of those as well. So if we put 2 layers of dimensionals on, it'll bring it up to the level of the background and then some. Okay, so we'll double up the dimensionals on this one. So by that I mean we will pop these on. That's probably enough, to be fair. Don't need loads. These are quite strong actually, even though they're like a solid adhesive rather than a liquid glue. So, and I'm just going to put another one on top so they are double the height. Don't have to be exact, as long as they're there, that's fine. Now, before I get too carried away, I need to work out where the sentiment's going. so it's probably going to go somewhere up there. So I've just got the thank you on the block here. So I think we're going to position that over here in this sort of empty corner of this octagon. Just trying to think which colour to do. I think I might do Petunia Pop. Bring in a nice bright pink. Bubble Bath's a little, I think it's a little pale for sentiments. A bit like Lemon Lolly and Soft Sea Foam. They are really nice subtle colours. That's almost straight. Almost straight. So, you know, but the Petunia is a really nice bright colour. Okay, and I don't mind this set of leaves kind of overlapping that a little bit, I think, and just sort of hugging it a little bit. I don't mind it coming off down here either. I do want those dimensionals in the centre so that we've got it nice and flat. There we go. I've also got this nice sprig. Do I want this sprig? We can always cut this down as well, which I think I'm going to do. I'm going to make that a little shorter. And we can tuck that in as well, just to add a little bit of, I don't know what, but, you know, je ne sais quoi. It adds a bit of something, something. So a couple of dabs of glue on those leaves that are going to show, just to secure it in place. Don't have to plaster things in glue. You only need enough to secure it, and if you really need to, pop a block on it to just make sure that that's in contact with the cardstock so that it sets in the right place. Okay, so that can be up there, making that adhere. Okay, and then we can fill out this if we want to. Now I'm thinking we'd possibly don't even need these. I think sometimes less is more. I think I might leave it. We can save these for another card though. Okay, and I think we'll leave it at that. The embellishments, I'm going to bring in some brand new sequins, I think. These are celebration items, so these are absolutely free when you purchase during the months of January and February. So let me just flick through and just confirm that. I'm pretty sure these are celebration items. Or am I making that? No, they are. They are free. The purple adhesive backed sequins are free with a £55 purchase. So if you got like a bundle, in fact, I'll bet you Memorable Blooms isn't far off. Where's Memorable Blooms? So this is our new mini catalogue. There's so much inspiration in here. In fact, Memorable Blooms might be an online exclusive. No, it isn't. It's in the mini. Sorry. Yep, there we go. So Memorable Blooms bundle is £53. So if you got the bundle, you could get those purple gems for free, with maybe, you know, a bit of ribbon or something like that. Okay, to make it up to the 55, or get some cardstock or something. Okay, right, let's do these then. Right, let's get our take your pick tool. So it calls them purple. We've actually got white. We've got this nice pale pink, which could go with Pretty in Pink or Bubble Bath. These ones look like Berry Burst or Petunia Pop, and then we've got these ones that I think go nicely with Fresh Fuchsia. Okay, so let's go for these lighter ones, 2 sizes, which means I can do my usual arrangements of sequins. So it'll work with odd numbers to scatter through the image. Oops, where did that go? There it is. And tie everything together. Okay, beautiful. And those really twinkle. They've got a little bit of iridescence to them as well. So they really sort of catch the light and twinkle away there. Whether you can see that so well. Yeah, there you go. All right, so that's my pink version of this card. So for this one, I kind of boxed myself in because I'd put the thanks in, so it meant I had to put the florals in at a funny angle, and I did add the extra foliage, but I don't know whether it needed it or not. But I like how this one's turned out. That's really nice. Using both features of the inner and outer of those lovely octagonal dies that have been the set. Okay, with some nice soft colours. So there we go. Memorable Balloons bundle for you, with a nice bit of colouring. Really pretty cards. Okay, so that's it for me today. Do check out the links in the description. All the shop links will be there. The celebration items, if you're adding things to your basket, as you go through the checkout, it will allow you to select the free items as you qualify. We need £55 minimum to get some of the little things. There's fresh ribbon, there's all sorts of things in there. And then the more you spend, the more rewards you can get. Okay, so just bear that in mind. And the more freebies you can get. So yes, do check that out. Loads of lovely stuff in there. Something for everyone. Okay, so that's it from me today. Do stay safe, take care. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.